Are you in dental school trying to figure out how to survive each year? Well, what about the first year of dental school? Are you still trying to figure out how you're going to survive it? Stay tuned, because we've got some tips and some successful actions that are going to help you. Hi, this is Dr. Darwin, the New Dentist coach, with another episode of Ask Dr. Darwin on the New Dentist podcast show, where we talk about getting into dental school, getting into residency, surviving dental school, surviving residency, and then also surviving and doing well and successfully as a dentist, as a new dentist. For those of you that are watching for the first time and listening for the first time, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. Darwin Speaks, right here. Also, you can subscribe to my podcast on Anchor and also on iTunes as well. Be sure to hit the notification bell so that you are receiving notifications when new videos and new audio clips come out on a weekly basis on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays as well. So today we're going to be talking with a rising D2 dental student who has successfully completed and survived the first year of dental school. Today we're joined with student Dr. Ferguson. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, not as good as you are, I'm sure.
Definitely not.
No, I remember that. I remember that first year of finishing and everything. So today what we're going to be talking about, what you guys are going to be listening and learning, is what she heard about the D1 year before starting dental school. How does she prepare for it? What she liked best about the first year of dental school, if there's really a lot to like about it, I don't know. She's going to tell us what her biggest challenge or challenges were during this first year of dental school and how she overcame them. And then also she's going to share some tips for those of you that are listening that are incoming D1s. She's going to give you some tips and advice as well. So for everyone who doesn't know you, please share a little bit about yourself and tell us where you're from and all of that.
Okay. Well, my name is Emerald Ferguson. I'm originally from Nassau, Bahamas. I moved to the U.S. In fourth grade, so it was a while ago. I lived in Pensacola, Florida. I went through high school all throughout high school in Pensacola, Florida. And then I got into Georgia State University, where I finished in 2014. And I started at Meharry. My mom is a dental hygienist.
Wow.
So that's how I got into the dental field. But yeah, and I have two older sisters.
Wow. So your mom is a hygienist.
She is.
Now, do you think that was some influence with you for pursuing a career in dentistry? Or
a lot of people ask that same question, but honestly, no. She would tell you the same thing. She had no influence on me going into the dental field at all. But I definitely think that it had some type of influence a little bit, but it wasn't because my mom was a dental hygienist. It was more of I grew up in the field. I understood the field, the importance of it. So that's why I wanted to get into dentistry.
Awesome. So let's dive into these questions and so you can share your D1 experience at Meharry. So before even starting dental school, what did you hear about the D1 year?
Well, it was hard. I definitely heard that. I heard that there were going to be a lot of classes, a lot of material, and a very few amount of time to really cram everything together. Those were the two biggest things that I heard about my D1 year.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we've had people share that what they were told or what they were told about the first year was it's like trying to drink a cup of water out of a fire hydrant coming at you.
Yep. Or it's like swimming, but you're constantly sinking.
Right. That sounds kind of consistent, right?
Yes.
All right. So second question. So what did you do to prepare? Were there any things that you did, whether it be at Meharry, that kind of helped you transition into the D1 year?
So for me, I came straight from undergrad into dental school. So I had about just 1 month to prepare for everything. And I knew going into Meharry and starting dental school, I was about to get a lot of stress. So honestly, I took that month to really mentally prepare for it, to spend as much time as I could with family, friends, because I knew that opportunity wouldn't necessarily always be there starting school. Um, and that's what I mainly did. Also, if you can open up a book, a dental anatomy book, anything, I did that a few times just so that I know I knew when I got to school that I wasn't completely um, I completely didn't know anything. And I think that definitely helps a little bit.
Good, good, good. All right. I like that. Good preparation to chill, relax, but also maybe have a couple of reference books just to kind of, look over some pages and be familiar with some information. All right.
Yeah.
So, third question. So, what did you like best? What did you like best?
Well, at Meharry, my class size it's fairly small. So I like the family atmosphere that I have with my classmates. You know, they're just not my classmates. I just don't go to class with them. They're my close friends. We do things outside of school. I really like at Meharry how I can walk in every single day and I see someone that looks like me, and that necessarily, like, a sense of encouragement. So that was one of the best things that I liked about this year, especially whether it be dental school, whether it be med school or PhD, just seeing someone in a white coat that looked like me just really encouraged me a lot. So those were two of my favorite things this year. Also, getting to really actually touch handpieces and getting to actually do things within really a mannequin right now, but applying what we learned in the classroom was one of my favorite things this year.
Good. Yeah, being able to translate didactic to clinical, even if it's preclinical.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I was going to say that that encouragement is important.
Mhm.
Being in that type of environment, because you know what, even though it seems like it was hard, getting into dental school is easy. The hard part is getting through.
Mhm. It's
One
very,
year,
very hard.
yes, getting through and being able to each year at a time. Just take one year at a time. So that's key. So that's good that environment allows you to really do that. That's perfect. That's
And then
perfect.
also having students like the classes above you just tell you know, if we can get through it, you can get through it. And having their support was one of the biggest encouragements throughout this year as well.
Now, do you know any of the upperclassmen prior to you starting?
Yes. So I actually know David Motivon. I think he did an interview with you last year. He's actually my big.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah, so that was
See?
perfect.
Networking. That's awesome.
Yeah. So every year at Meharry, we get big sibs, and it's usually the person above you, and they basically help you through the year. If you have any questions, they're there to help you. Really give you encouragement. Also, if you need help with like hand skills or anything, they're there to help you. So that is really, really great.
Good. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, let's talk about some challenges, because I know each dental school, especially the first year, has its challenges. What were some of the biggest challenges that you had in first year, and how did you overcome them?
I think the biggest challenge was finding balance. And I think that's something that a lot of dental students really have to figure out. Honestly, you don't figure out your first year, you figure out as you go. But I went from undergrad to doing super, super well, where in dental school, every day is a challenge, whether it's in classroom, if it's outside of the classroom, every single day is a challenge. So for me, it was just really understanding that failure is not the end. It's a way to basically regroup what you need to improve and move on from there, because it's gonna happen. That was one of my biggest challenges in dental school this year. It's just understanding that failure is not a bad thing, but it's a way for you to improve.
I like that. That's a new quote. I'm stealing that. Failure is
Sounds
not
good.
the end. It's an indication that you can continue to improve.
Exactly.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So biggest challenge was finding that balance
Yes.
during the year. Okay. So advice time. Knowing what you know now, and and what you've experienced these last 365 days of the first year of dental school, what advice would you share, or some tips that you would give some of the incoming dental students, not only that are coming into Meharry, but also dental students that are going into their first year at all the other schools nationwide?
So it starts really from the application process. I know when I applied, I was kind of scared. I was like, am I a good candidate? Am I going to get into dental school the first time around? But one is knowing that timing is everything. So if it doesn't happen for the first time, that doesn't mean it's the end. Just keep trying. Don't give up. Find a mentor that really can help you, support you, and talk you through it, because they've already went through the process, so they know what to expect. Have a good support system. I know for me, there were some days where I would just call my mom and be like, this is impossible. Like, I can't do this. But she'd just be like, Emerald, you can do it. That's really important. Also, going back to the balance, my first semester, I really dived into these classes, and I spent every waking hour studying, late nights, waking up early mornings. And sometimes you do have to do that, but you also have to realize that your health and your just being able to function every day is super important. So if that means taking an hour out of your day to go work out, to go take a walk, or to go watch a movie or TV, take that, because that's so important. And that's something that going to my second semester, I really took advantage of, because I had someone tell me to do that. Sometimes you just need to have a sense of reality that you are still a person. You can't do school 24/7. That's really important. Study-wise, find a group of friends. If it's not friends, find a group or just one person that you can study with that really pushes you and drives you. Because I know towards the end of semesters, a lot of people lose that drive, but you can't. That's when you need to, push home to do the best that you can do. So that would be another tip that I have. Trying to think of more. There's so much advice. When it comes to your hand skills, because we just started our hand skills, you're not going to be amazing. Some people might be, but you're not going to be amazing. Take every opportunity that you can to practice, because that's the only way that you can get better. I know the first time I picked up a handpiece, I was like, oh, this is cool. And, I went for it, and my cavity preps looked terrible. But towards the end of the semester, I was able to look back and say, hey, look how much I've improved. And I think that's something that you have to take throughout your entire 4 years of dental school, and really your entire career, because everything's not going to be perfect, but we're definitely going to strive for perfection,
That's right. Wow, that was some great tips, great advice that you shared. And for those of you that are listening, that leads us to the question of the day, which is right here. What things did you just hear, that you just learned, that you're going to incorporate as you matriculate into the first year? What things are going to be helpful for you and that you're going to use? Put those comments and what those things are right down here at the comment area, okay? Share with that. Also, for those of you, if you have further questions, and actually, if you have any further questions, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
You can send me an email. The email is at emeraldferguson1@gmail.com, and I'll answer back as quickly as I can. If not, that's honestly probably the fastest way to get me.
Yeah, because I'm sure there are going to be some people that are listening and watching it, that may have some quick questions for you, and that'll be great. So again, Emerald, what is it?
Ferguson. Oh, it's Emerald Ferguson, EMERALDFERGUSON1@gmail.com.
Good. EmeraldFerguson1@gmail.com. Also, for those of you, if you have other topics that you want us to cover, if you have any questions about what you're listening and watching, shoot me an email at newdentistcoach@gmail.com. newdentistcoach@gmail.com. Share your topics, things that you're concerned about getting into dental school, or how to survive dental school, and we'll be sure to answer those questions for you. Also, do me a favor and check out this next video, one or two videos here about surviving dental school and getting into dental school. Student Dr. Ferguson, thanks so much for your time, and keep us posted. We're going to hear about you and your surviving second year as well.
Sounds good.
All right, bye.
Bye.